Gen Z just pissed off Gen X. So Gen X is the leave me alone generation. They want to be left alone. Everyone forgets Gen X, and that's just the way they like it. But Gen Z is out here running their mouths. They don't know that the forgotten ones are called the forgotten ones for a reason. Okay? Don't wake them up. Gen Z is pissing off Gen X, and Gen X is beginning to step out and say, listen, kid, you don't want to mess with us. All right? Gen X is built different. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the first video.
Let Gen X off the hook. Why aren't we talking shit about those guys?
Off the hook. We are the hook, as in strong right hand hook, if you mess around and don't keep your manners about yourself. Also, you don't mess with Generation X, because we was raised on Tupac and Willie, Waylon and Biggie, and we are fuck around and find out. We were full grown by the time we were 9 years old, okay? We were out, our parents didn't even know where we was. They'd kick us out at sunrise. We'd be 7 miles away playing in the wishing motherfucker woods, probably poking a dead animal with a stick or building a sophisticated, dangerous ramp to jump our bikes off of, which most certainly would end in a broken bone. But don't come dragging that broken bone home to mama crying about it, because she just gonna put some methylate on it and kick your ass right back out of the house because you letting all the cold air out. Mess around, make her electricity bill run sky high. We speak two languages, real shit and sarcasm. So if you come up wanting to talk shit, we don't really take your feelings into consideration. Okay? We don't coddle to that. We grew up knowing that if you wanted something, you had to work for it. We didn't hand out participation trophies. If we lost, we lost. We took it with our chest out. We also understood that when you choose the behavior, you choose the consequence. And the majority of us were more scared of our parents than we were anybody else. You ever been bullied by your own parents? We were. That's why we don't have any feelings. So forgive us if we find it real hard to take you serious when we're standing here drinking our strong black coffee and you're standing there in your skinny jeans sipping on your, super mocha like a bullshit. We work full time, anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week on a slow week, and you guys have trouble just getting out of bed. You consider it unfair if you have to go into the office. Wouldn't know a hard day's work if it kicked you in the ass, and from what I can tell, the majority of y'all, that's exactly what you need. We respect authority, and we understand that sometimes life ain't fair. You don't always get what you want, but you don't get to stand on a soapbox and cry about it, then have everybody hand everything to you that you're bitching about. Because, like I said, we are generation fuck around and find out. And we will have no problem telling you just how much you got to fuck around to find out. And we pregame harder than you party, darling. And while we appreciate the fact that you're so opinionated, we come from a generation that understands opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Also, the majority of us are already over 40 years old, so we are single-handedly the generation that is keeping alcohol and ibuprofen in business. So go on and enjoy your day. I'm sure you're, late for like goat yoga or some shit. So we're going to go on and go to work. We're heading in now. I'm sure you don't know what that word means, but, have the day you have. Don't fuck around with Generation X.
Bro. Oh, yo, it's getting hard. Guys, I don't know what's wrong with these little kids. I don't know what's wrong with these kids. Like, it's like they didn't learn anything. Obviously, they didn't learn anything in school. They haven't learned anything about life. Like, they really need to stop in the bear, all right? They need to leave the forgotten ones left. They need to leave the forgotten ones alone. Gen X just wants to be left alone, all right? Literally, they're the mess around, find out generation. There's, we have the MWA, like we're MWA, men walking away, but there was this thing called NWA back in the 90s, ninjas with attitudes. The majority of those people were Gen X, all right? You really have to be very, very careful who you're messing with. Like, guys, we're heading towards a period, like 10 years from now, you're going to see 60-year-old Gen Xers, 60-year-old Gen Xers, men and women in their 60s and 70s, just disciplining Gen Z the way they need to be disciplined. Like, it's going to be pretty ugly. It's not going to be a game, like, because Gen Z is aging like milk, all right? And they're the modern day version of the hippie. So it's going to be pretty nasty. And Gen Z doesn't understand. Gen X is strong. Gen X is really, really strong, like physically and mentally strong. All right, they're not like the boomers. They're built different. They're the last strong generation. truly strong generation because they didn't have it easy growing up. And as a result of that, they had to grow they had to be strong. They had to be resilient, and they had to find a way to, be, survive and thrive regardless. Find moments of happiness and joy even through the suffering. Something that Gen Z doesn't know anything about. But they're coming out here messing with the forgotten ones, and they're about to find out.
This shit's getting funny. And I got myself some popcorn. I'm 1982. Technically, that makes me a millennial. Raised by the boomers, and I definitely hung out with the Gen X a lot. um, I wish I would really know what the hell you guys did to piss all of them off. But that shit's gonna hit the fan real bad if it didn't already. That's one. It's funny though. Gen X versus Gen Z. Men versus women. Left versus right. Woke versus based. Shit versus more shit. I mean, can't you all see? Division, hate, anger, fear. That's how you get controlled and manipulated the easiest. So I don't know what the hell is all wrong with you. Definitely not that much with Gen X. Thing is, kids, Gen Z, or, like there's loads of you that are very inspiring and smart. But those of you who think that because you've read some books, you ate some shit, and suddenly you're the smartest little assholes in the world and on this planet, life has still so much to show you and to teach you guys. And you can't just go on about and around pointing a finger at everyone and screaming like little entitled brats. When I was about 16 to 20, so between the ages of 16 to 20, I'm not gonna say that everything that we've experienced as children and young generations was great. No, far from it. My parents were fucked, but fact is, they were even more fucked. So whatever they tried, they still tried a little bit better than the generation before. Same goes for us. We're all trying better than the generation before, and that's the whole point. None of us is right or wrong. None of us knows what is best. And none of us is supposed to compete with each other. We are competing with our versions of ourselves from yesterday. That's what the competition is about. Being a better version of yourself. But the fact that you little kids here think that you can come and shit down the necks of the generations who came before you, literally built much of this stuff that you're walking on today for us and for you. And the freedoms you're all enjoying today. We've all been fighting generation after generation for the rest of you to be able to talk shit like this now. Honestly, it's about time for the little snowflake cancel culture to shut the fuck up, go back to the school, go get some work, go get a real life, and stop talking so much nonsense. I don't give a shit what you identify with and who you think you are. Your actions speak more than your own words. And we can all see through your own bullshit. End of the story. Now get off our backs. Gen X and the millennials that are a bit older than you think. So, enough of this bullshit. Don't ask for shit you cannot handle. Okay?
You see that? That's a Zennial right there. Okay, the generation. I'm a Zennial as well. Generation between Gen X and the millennials. All right. This is getting. Listen to me. Gen Z is messing around, and they're going to find out. I'm warning you, guys. It's not going to be pretty. All right. They are poking the wrong bear. All right. Really, they're playing with wolves. Okay. They're really playing with wolves. Okay. They're really playing with wolves. I wouldn't even call it a sleeping bear. They're really playing with wolves. All right. It's like They're so old. These kids, they were born in the 21st century. They were born in like 2000, and so they don't know what the old days were like. They don't know the crack epidemic of the 80s. All right, I don't know what's wrong with these kids. Okay, grew up watching Friends, and they think that it's all friendly and wonderful like that, bro. It's not that pretty. They only shows you the nice part of New York. All right, they didn't show you Brooklyn back in the 90s. They didn't show you the Bronx back in the 90s. All right. They were showing you Midtown Manhattan, Times Square. All right. The nice neighborhoods, all right, where the rich white people lived. Okay? They weren't showing you Staten Island back when Staten Island used to be a garbage dump. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They weren't showing you East Flatbush. When people didn't go to East Flatbush late at night, they won't show you Jamaica, Queens. Y'all, that's where 50 Cent is from. They won't show you the nice part of New York. They won't show you the bad parts of New York. They won't show you the nice parts of New York. All right? Kidding me. Telling y'all right now. Gen Z is pissed off with Gen X. All right? Gen Z just pissed off Gen X. And it's not going to work out for them. It's really, really not going to work out for them. Guys, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, you want even more of this content, just consider checking out the Men Walking Away channel. I have the link in the description of the video. I release daily videos on the Men Walking Away channel discussing topics just like this topic. So go check it out, subscribe to the channel, enjoy the content. What do you guys think regarding all of this? Gen Z just pissed off Gen X, and they're gonna keep on messing around, and then they're gonna find out, because these people are dumb. They're a bad batch of muffins that I said that we need to chuck away and start over all over again. But they're not too bright. There's a few decent ones, and I don't really trust any of them, to be honest with you, because even the so-called decent ones, you give them enough time to speak, and they'll tell you who they are. I'm being so serious. You give the ones like, oh, I'm different, I work, and so what? No one gives a damn. I'm so serious. You watch me make my content on this channel. Y'all know that I work like 16 hours. I work and I just never stop working. That's at minimum Gen X, maybe greatest generation stuff, bro. All right. This is normal for Gen X. Like 40 to 60 hours a week. That's just a given. With a smile. With a damn smile. Like, I literally have people on here, like, the fact that you put out so many videos, it just shows you that you don't have a life. This coming from the sleeping and farting generation? You've got to be kidding me. Bro, it's about the experience, man. It's not about working your entire life, man. It's about the experience, okay? You don't understand what it means to be alive. I've been alive for over 40 years, you dip. All these people do, Gen Z, the sleeping and farting generation, all they do is sleep, eat, get drunk, smoke weed, play video games, play with themselves, fart, and then do it all again the next day. Gen Z, not going anywhere good. The modern day version of the hippie. Untrustworthy, unkept, and not long for this world. Many of them will not see 30. Let me know what you guys think about everything we discussed here in the comments, and we'll talk about it there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.